Hi, welcome to my video on the derivative rules for addition and subtraction of functions. The derivative, addition, and subtraction rules. If the f of x is equal to the g of x plus the h of x plus the p of x, then the derivative of the f of x is the derivative of each one. So you do the derivative of each one. Now this could be two terms, 3, 4, 5, or make any difference. You just add them up, and it could be a combination. So if you have a derivative of subtractions, so it's just a derivative of each one. So I'm trying to illustrate here. Derivative of each one. And you could have the f of x is the p of x plus the h of x minus the q of x, but it makes no difference if you have an in combination or if you have them. Here you have an addition and a subtraction, so you just do the derivative of each one. That's what I'm trying to illustrate here. The q of x. So if you're adding them or subtracting them or a combination, you do the derivative of each term. So here we go. Now we're going to use those power rules. So the derivative here of the f of x, this term is a linear, 3x, so the derivative is just a 3. The derivative of a constant term 2 is a 0, so the derivative of this function is 3. So the slope of, even though I have 3x plus 2, that's y equals mx plus b, the slope of this linear is 3, so the slope is 3. So this is a constant, which is a 0. That's a 3, which makes it a 3 for this total function. And the derivative of the p of x, quadratic, the 2 goes in front, and that decreases by 1. That's a linear, so that's just negative 6. That's a constant, so that's a 0. So that becomes 2x minus 6. Again, constant, the derivative slope is 0. Linear, you just have the 6, subtraction, negative. And quadratic, the 2 goes in front, that decreases by 1. The t of x, the derivative, again I have a cubic, so the 3 goes in front, and it's a 4 times, and the 3 decreases by 1. This is a negative 2, 12, and that decreases by 1, so that's 2, take away 1 is 1. And that's a linear, so that's just a 5. And again, if you decrease this one by 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and x to the 0 is 1. So that's a linear, so you just get the 5. Simplify that, I get a 12x squared minus 24x plus 5. Notice the cubic went down to a quadratic. Notice a quadratic, x squared went down to a linear. And notice that a linear x to the 1 went to a constant. And we have the derivative of this one. So we have 4 times negative 3/4, and 4 decreases by 1, so that's a 3. And that's a constant 2. The derivative of a constant is 0. The 4's cancel out, so I get a negative 3x cubed. So hopefully you're seeing the pattern for each one. And now we have this one, but right now, the only way we can handle this is to simplify this. This is a product, and we cannot handle this. We can handle it later, but not right now. So we have to multiply these out. So let's multiply x by this polynomial here, and we multiply x by each term. We get x to the 4th minus x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x. So we multiply x by each one of these. Now we're going to multiply 2 by each one of these. So that's a plus 2x cubed minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 8. And tidy this up. So rather than group them together, I'm just going to do it in my head. The leading power is x to the fourth. And I have x cubes here and here. So that's a negative 1 and 2. So that's a 1. X squared is here twice. I got a 6 and a negative 2. So that's a plus 4. Negative 4x and 12x is a plus 8x. And the constant is 8. So the x cubes, you just cross them out as you deal with them. Yep, that's a 1. The squares is 6, that's a 4. And negative 4 and 12 is an 8. Make sure I got them all. Notice they're in descending order. So the derivative of each one. So x to the fourth becomes 4x. That's a 1 there, so it's a 4 and decreased by 1. So that's a 3 times the 3 becomes a 2. So that's a 2 goes here, 2 in front, so it's 2 times 4 is 8x. And that's a linear, so that's just an 8. And that's a constant, so that's a 0. So there's your derivative. Now notice I did it fast. I didn't want to write every step down because by now you should see the pattern. You just take this number and multiply by the constant in front and decrease that by 1. And number 6, we want the derivative, which is w prime. So we have 5 times negative 1/5 is negative 1x to the fourth. 5 times 1, excuse me, 5 times, excuse me, 5 times 1/5, 5's cancelled out. The 4's cancelled out, so I get a plus 3x cubed. It decreases by 1, that's a 3. And 3 times 7 over 3, 3's cancelled, I get a negative 7x squared. And the 2's don't cancel, so I get a negative 8 over 9x. The 2 goes to a 1. And that's a constant, so that's a 0. So there's the derivative. I don't have to put the 0 in. And number 7, we have, again, a product, so I have to expand this out. So when I expand this out, I like to work on the right side first, leaving the 3x there, and multiplying these two. So I'm going to multiply this by FOIL. I could multiply it fast. The fast way would be multiply x by x, I get x squared. You go outside is 1, inside is negative 4, so that's negative 3. And negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. That's the fast way. But if you don't want to do the fast way, because outside and inside is the same, the two terms are alike, so just say 4 add on, negative 4 add on 1 is negative 3. But if you do FOIL, first, outside, inside, almost made a mistake there, last. So, first, outside, inside, last. Again, you will come up with x squared minus 3x minus 4. So if you want to do it the fast way, is multiply the first two, outside, inside, combine, negative 3 minus 4. And then you go 3x times this trinomial is 3x cubed minus 9x squared minus 12x. Now we do, that's the v of x, so now we do the derivative on this trinomial. So the derivative is 3 times 3 is 9, decrease the power by 1. Negative 9 times 2 is negative 18, decrease the power by 1. 2 take away 1 is 1. And this is a linear, so this is just a negative 12. Decrease this power by 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, x to the 0 is 1. So that's a linear, so the slope of a linear function is just a number in front. So there's the derivative. So there's some practice on doing the derivative of combinations of additions and subtractions. Again, if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com. to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained, just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.